Way one. Yeah. We're going to do some painting. I want to show you something real quick. Like if you ever get like a canvas and you can see how loose this is. Okay, it's not fun painting on a loose canvas. So just like get a wet paper towel. You can squeeze a little bit of water on there on the back. And then just kind of rub the water into the canvas like this. Just kind of wet it back, or you can spray it. But this is going to tighten up the canvas for you. Get it ready for painting. I'm using Liquitex today. It's level 2, 3 level acrylic paint, so it's better than, see how tight that is now? Drum. So you could do that before you get painting on your canvas if it's really loose. You could also do that if you have a canvas that's already been painted and it got loose on you. You could do the same thing. Okay. Let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and put a undertone here with phthalo green with a little white in it. Phthalo green is like it's a translucent color, so you have to put another color in it or it won't go on the canvas right. I'll show you what I mean. I put a little bit of white, so there's two colors in here now, so it mixes better, okay? Now if you just take phthalo green right out of the tube, let me get a different brush that doesn't do it. This is phthalo green right out of the tube. See how it doesn't cover well compared to that with the little white in it. Just put a little white in it. I'm wetting my brush because it doesn't have to be a thick. This doesn't have to be a thick layer of paint. This undertone, but you could make it as bright as you want. We're going to do a landscape. So if we're doing a landscape, well, green, that's a good undertone to have, I think, for nature. And we're going to paint on the fly. I'm just going to paint I feel, okay? I don't follow in pictures. If you saw my portrait I did a while ago, I was trying to copy a picture of an old photograph. I mean, it didn't even come out. It came out all right, but it's not what I like to do. I like to just throw the paint up there and have fun, you know. So we're going to do like a loose painting here, kind of. I'll show you my techniques. This is a filbert brush. It's a pretty brush. Let's start by putting a cool mountain in here, okay? I'll show you how I do it. I have some, this is, I think this is ultramarine blue. We'll take some ultramarine blue, put a little black in it. And now we'll grab a little white here. And get it like, oh, it's more black to get it like a grayish color. There we go. And we'll use that for the mountain. A cool mountain in here, pretty big. I want to make a big mountain back here. Rugged mountain all the way across the painting here. Bunch of peaks. It's a nice blue. A little black in it, so it's looks a lot darker. So I'm going to make this mountain here come in front here and bring it down a bit, and maybe this one down in front, which is what's going to happen, is push that big mountain back. Take a little bit of white underneath and just throw it underneath your mountains real quick, just to lighten up the bottom, just so you could see the separation. That's how I do it, but whatever you want. But this is going to kind of give you an idea how the mountains are going to. We'll have 1, 2, 3. Those big mountains will be way up in the back. That way you get a little perspective going on there. Let's put some mountains back in the background. So now you need a light color for that. Let's just add a white, more white to this blue that we made. Titanium white. Really light. You want these mountains to be like really light, so they look far off into the distance there. And we'll throw those right above our dark mountains. The first layer of paint, I usually use the same brush just to get the down. Alright, so we got some distant mountains back there. That looks cool. Nice. And now I'm going to, we'll put a river in here. Make it like grayish blue. I just added a little more black to this blue color here. Maybe a little white. Now we're going to put a river in here. Coming from way back here. Make it zigzag a little. Doesn't that look cool? Wow. Pretty amazing. So I'm going to put very light grass down here. Just going to grab some, oh, I never grabbed my yellow ochre. So, let me grab some yellow ochre here. I'll have Windsor and Newton because I didn't grab Liquitex yellow ochre. That's okay. So on my yellow ochre, I'm going to add a little, let's add a little yellow to it. We'll make it exciting. Take some yellow, grab some yellow ochre, mix those Now let's put just a dash of white in it to light. I'm going to put that right underneath this mountain here. Just going to block it in right now. You can grab some of that gray if you want, and you can lightly blend it into the body of your mountain like this. Lightly blend the two in. I'm going to bring it all the way down here. I put that over this green color, but it might end up turning green here. Well, I'll show you what I mean. Because we put this green undertone. So let's see what happens to this after a little bit. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-ba. So this side I'm going to make, I guess, grass. We'll make that grass. So I'm going to use this phthalo green. Add some yellow to it. Get a really bright green grass for back here. On the river. Down to there. Now add black to it. For the grass down here in the front. We'll get a darker green here in the front, in the foreground. I'll wet my brush just a little. Alright, so there, I got all the onion now. You can put a little dark streaks up here if you want. Blend those two colors where they come together. Just kind of blend them in so there's a transition there. Alright, there we go. Now we got to do the sky. I'm going to do the sky just blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the sky all one tone. One tone of blue. So I'm going to use this, pretty sure it's ultramarine blue. And I'm going to add a little white to it and make a light blue. Try and use heavy paint when you do your sky. Put it on there pretty heavy so that you don't get these streaks in there. See, if it's got too much water on your brush, you'll get these streaks. So let's put it on heavy, a nice blue. I want to get one tone of blue in the sky. And I'll probably put pink around the tops of the mountain once we get down there. And we'll put this on heavy so that we don't have any streaks up there. Looking good. Looking really good. trying not to wet my brush because I don't want any streaks in the sky. I have to mix a little more here because I ran out. If you get her down here, that's okay. That was Lisa, my band mate. She doesn't like to talk while I'm painting on the live, so that's why I didn't answer it. Alright, so this was pretty much all paint up here. I didn't use a wet brush or anything, so it went on pretty heavy. I'm going to blend those two so it comes together. We get a nice transition. One solid color up there in the sky is what I'm going for. That looks pretty good. I like that. There's the layout right there. See how easy that is? It's really simple. I'm going to do the mountain next. I run these mountains. Let me text her and tell her I'm painting. All right, let's do the mountains. Today I'm going to really try to make those mountains look far away in the distance. And to do that, you got to really lighten up the bottoms of the mountains. So I'm gonna use straight titanium white to get snow going up here. I'll show you how the way I do it and the way I think of doing it. I start by, if I want my light on the right side of the mountain, with a little bit of white up here, okay? On the right side of the peak here. Just like that. And then move to the next peak. I'm going slow to then get a grasp of it. Maybe I'll zoom into it. But you'll see it's pretty zoomed in. The mountain's gonna start taking on some here in a second. Doesn't that look cool so far? Now we'll start dropping down a little lower. There's a small peak right there, you see that? So what you could do is just kind of put a little white up there, like that. It'll look cool when it's done. All right, so there. That's how I usually start it. Now I start lowering a little more, and we'll put some cool stuff up there. So on this small peak here, I kind of like. I think I'm gonna bring this peak in front of that big mountain there. We'll put another peak in here. Just like that. That pushes that big mountain way, way in the back. And when you do mountains, it's good to extend this down a little bit like this. Get those mountains look pretty wide, okay? Now I'm just going to start adding more to these mountains. This one's going to be in front of this one, so that's why I'm only bringing it to about, this is going to be dark blue in here, coming down. This one too is going to be coming in front of those. So basically, you could put this light anywhere you want. We'll start up in here and add some more to this big mountain. I'll add some hills down here. Look at that. All right, now I'm going to do the other side now with probably a dark blue. It's already dark blue, but what I'm going to do now is come next to my white and this dark color right next to the white. You could actually grab some of the white and pull it with it. You don't have to cover it all because you got that undertone there. You got the green undertone. Wow, I really like that. I don't know if I want it that dark because I wanted to lighten all this up, but let's up these because they're further back. So I'm just going to add a little white to that dark color, and we'll lighten it up just a bit. Kind of holding the brush like a knife. Basically, everywhere I have white, I'm putting this shadow color next to the white or underneath it. So on these here, you just put dark color underneath it like that. It almost looks like a lake back here. We could turn that into a road if you wanted to. So now I'm going to grab a bigger brush, filbert brush. Make sure it's clean. I'm going to blend the mountain now with a wet brush, okay? I'm going to blend the dark color first. What this does, it softens the paint up a little bit. I'm just doing the dark color first. Then I'm going to start doing the white and get it to mix. Okay, very good. Wow, look at those mountains. I'm going to brush again. I'll put a little white in here and blend it now. Blend the white sections down a little bit now. Just at the bottom. I rinse the brush to get too much blue on there. Lightly blend some of the bottom of the mountain. Very cool. I like that. I'm going to add a little white down here on a wet brush. Just at the bottom here. And try and make it look like mist. Okay, there we go. Watch when that dries, how cool it looks. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-ba. This mountain, I'm going to fix it now. I'm going to put a little more white in the gray and lighten this mountain up so it looks like it's way off in the distance. Usually a light gray works back here. You could also make whiter, really bright, but gray usually works fine. It's going to make that mountain look like it's off in the distance there, way back there. See how cool that looks? If you don't blend your colors like this, what you're going to end up with is a painting that looks too. You gotta get rid of the hard edges where two colors together. That's your main thing to do. If you put a color down, you got to get rid of the hard edge, okay, to soften it up. It's hard to explain. The painting will look really, I don't know how to say it, really choppy. It looks really cool when you soften it up. Look how cool those mountains look. I gotta go get a drink from the refrigerator. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. But doesn't that look cool when you soften it up? Get rid of all the hard edges. I'm going to do the clouds next. I do some cool clouds today. You're not going to believe it. I'm going to gray them up. So I just went to the grocery store 30 minutes ago. I just got back and there's a cool rainbow at the grocery store. Let me show you I'm going to plug my iPad in because I would put the mic in, but it's low on battery, so I got to keep the charger on there. Let me show you this rainbow. So it was like right behind that tree, and doesn't that look cool? And then it went across the whole sky too. Look at those clouds, how cool they look. So I'm going to try and do that. I'll put white clouds first, and then I'll throw the gray in on top of it, just like this. So let's try that. I'm going to use a fan brush because it's easier to put the paint on with the fan brush. just titanium white, and I'm gonna wet the brush just so I can pull some of this paint. These are the coolest clouds here. Whoops, in there. There we go. Look at those clouds already. Man. How cool those look. If you're having trouble with your clouds, try this technique. Well, I put the paint up there and I kind of just pull the bottom to the right, some of the paint, to make it look like it's blowing. And then I'm going to put shadows in here. You can kind of almost see where the shadows are going to be going. The Master of Clouds. Thank you, Ruben. Yeah, I got so many different techniques on this one's pretty fun. Let's do one that kind of goes like straight up here. Kind of like that. Let's see what I can do with that. So remember what I said about that hard? You gotta get rid of the hard edge at the bottom. So that's why I'm pulling this into the blue. Look at that cloud. Wow. It's already got shadow. See where I pulled it? This is where the shadows are going to go. But by you pulling it with a wet brush like this, it'll help you put your shadows up with the gray. See, I think it'll look good right there, down here, up there. Yeah. Arguing with mom. Those clouds look pretty cool. So I'm going to make some small ones now. And these small ones are going to be way up in the distance here. I don't think I used to argue with my mom. We'd contradict her a lot, but yeah, you gotta love these clouds. I want to try and make them look layered though. But I gotta go get a new license plate. I went to go help my buddy with his toilet, and he noticed my tags were expired. I like the one right in the middle. You can almost already see shadows in there. You see it? Right down here. I wish they would give 2-year tags. Do that here in Washington. All right, I think that's enough clouds. I'll leave some of this nice blue up in there because I already I took the time to make sure I put enough paint up there so it doesn't look splotchy. You know, I'll put a few streaks there. That's about it. Yeah, I'll be on later. I want to do the Rick and Morty. I'm gonna do Rick and Morty. I'm gonna try and make them look like if they were people, kind of like pump up the cartoon just a bit. Yeah, I want to put Rick and Morty. Maybe Morty is playing a guitar or something. Maybe Rick is singing on a microphone. Something like that. Something different. Got heartburn. I don't have any Rolaids left. Ba-da-ba. No. Thought I had an acid left that Lisa gave me. just went to the store to get Rolaids. I'll be right back, Ruben. I'm going to grab my Powerade. After work today, I had to go help him with his toilet. And he was a guy that, he wrote a book on chili. He gave me some, look at those chilies in there. Wow, it's like oil. He wrote a book on how to, on chili. And it just came out today, he said. His book releasing. I told him I would talk about his book. There's his book, A Pepper for Your Thoughts. How to Start a Gourmet Food Business. Oh. Yeah, I just met this guy today here in Seattle. Howard Lev. So he gave me some peppers. All right, let's start. I'm going to put some gray up here. No, I don't have any sewer gear. I just install new plumbing. I could fix it though. A lot of tub leaks and people here in Seattle they start getting a little drip, they get kind of worried. They think they're wasting water, you know. So I didn't lighten this up enough, so I'm going to put some more mist back here. Make it look real misty. All right, let's do some gray clouds. Or maybe I'll do a dark blue in there, I think, instead of gray. So where I'm going to start, let me get a different brush, because I kind of like this. So I'm going to put a shadow here right off the bat, and we'll see what it looks like. the sky in Seattle, this is usually gray. This color I'm putting on right now, it's usually a grayish color. But I kind of like blue better. Wow, that's pretty heavy. Pretty dark. What I mean, doesn't have to be that dark. There we go. Much better. Much better. More better. Yeah, you can watch me do Rick and Morty later, Ruben. I haven't watched it in years, but that was a funny cartoon, man. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-ba. There's some cool clothes. Wow. After this, I'm gonna have to go back to the store and get some Rolaids. I just scarfed down a taco. I'm having some. I'm having some lovely heartburn. Doesn't that look cool? Yeah, I never used to get heartburn. It's like as you get things change, man. I'm really digging these clouds, man. How the darks and the lights and the bright white on this one. I usually don't waste much time because I mean, I don't people really look at the sky too much. Like, are they gonna really care that this is white right there? I should put a couple drones up there. What do you think? They got those all those drones in New Jersey. I'm gonna use phthalo green today with black for my trees. Man, that's really dark. Uh, how do I lighten this up? I'm gonna try lightening it with yellow this time instead of white. So the color doesn't look so bogged down. What I'm thinking There's these trees coming like around here and then down here. This is what I want them to do. Let's see if I can do it. So these would still be pretty tall here. And I want it to come back here. I think it'll work. I lost my curve, but ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-ba. Alright, I kind of like this. You can't be afraid to cover some of your mountain. I should have that small fan brush. Alright, I think that's good enough for now. Wow. Really looking good. Look at those trees. Wow. That looks amazing. These look bushes to me down here. Doesn't that look cool? I think I got one of you watching me. A one-on-one painting session. I got Ruben. He's learning about painting. Ed, how's it going? Good to see you, Ed. I heard that they might close TikTok down on January, I think that was 18th or something. I think that they said the only way that TikTok can in America is if they sold the company to an American. Yeah, the news I heard also is that even if they can't, even if they file an extension, uh, that the Senate was going to, that they wouldn't even give them an extension or something. It's really looking cool. I'm sticking with the green. Well, I like doing my rivers like that. I know they look better if you have a lower horizon and have the river like disappear pretty quick. But if you snake it, keep it kind of level. I really like those trees there on the right. Yeah, they said not even allow them to tie it up in court though. Like that's it. The ruling, they ruled and that was it. I gotta take a pill. Look at those clouds today. I was really looking at them today here in Seattle. And I noticed that this color, this gray color underneath, you could put it there on the cloud and it still look good. I'm really happy with those clouds today. They look like really free and loose. I think I can hit my mountains again now. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-ba. All right, good enough. All right, I'm gonna try the phthalo green again with black. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. This is phthalo green with a little black in it. Sometimes it's I always use sap green, so I wanted to try a different green. Sap black in it. So this phthalo green looks really cool when you highlight it. Ba 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 ba. I'm really digging this one. So I bought some cool meat for dinner tonight. It has like it's a Mexican style beef. It's already pre-cooked. You just got to heat it up in a skillet and then throw it into a tortilla. It's bachelor food. Wow. I'm really liking this one. It's another blue and green one. But what are you going to do? What wonder if I made those kind of reddish. These trees here. I don't know. I think, you know what I need to do? This water, I think the water needs to be brighter. It just looks, it needs to pop in here. This color here needs to really stand out, I think. Yeah. All right. It's looking pretty good. South Park, Colorado. Yeah. Oh, your mom's driving is getting bad. I know what you mean. I do some work for this one lady, and she's really old and can barely get around the house, but she still gets in her car and drives. It's crazy. This is what I like about landscapes. Like, you can do this, like what I just did here. stuff like that. I'll put some sunlight right here. And a little bit of sunlight over here, just a little. Still too green back there. Wouldn't it be nice? Those are some big mountains, man. I just noticed how we're. Wouldn't it be nice if we could? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da. Wouldn't it be nice? We could be happy. Yep, they had great harmonies there. I'm being a little, taking my time a little bit on these today. They are kind of smaller trees. Ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. What is today? Saturday, right? A newsboy cap? I was supposed to, I had a haircut appointment the other day, and I didn't realize it. And then the lady to me and said, "Hey, you missed your appointment." So I was going to cut all my hair off, donate the hair to the for wigs. When I first moved to Seattle, I had long hair and I got it cut off, and the lady asked if she could keep it. I go, "Yeah, you can have it," because she said she could get $500 for my hair. Like, there you go. There's your tip. All right, I'm done with this one. Put enough time in this one. Where's my liner bread? There it is. I tried to do another portrait, Ruben. Where'd it go? I'm working on them. I still need to practice a little more, but wow, I'm yawning because of allergies. Oh, I forgot to take an allergy pill. Took an allergy pill last week, and it was not a Sudafed, but it was one that makes you drowsy. And I was at work, I was falling asleep standing. I didn't know what was going on, and then I realized, oh man, I took the wrong. I took the wrong pill for daytime. I didn't realize it was going to do that to me. should put some bushes out here, but looks kind of barren. Ba-da-da-ba-da-da-ba. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna go to the store again, get some roids. I gotta go get some more canvas, and then we're gonna do a. We're gonna do the Rick and Morty picture when I get. Maybe it'll draw some new, some younger people, get them interested in with Rick and Morty in the title. You know, that's what I'm hoping. The other day for 2 hours and didn't even get one subscriber. I watched somebody's video, you know, someone that's got a lot of subscribers. They say this is the time of the year that people start subscribing around, you know, New Year's time because they're going to do different things. It's pretty good landscape for just freestyle. All right, I'll see you in a little bit, you guys. Good one.